Hey, Amy, would you seriously hurry up with the divorce agreement? I haven't got the time to mess around with someone who's dragging me down. Can we speed this process up so I can be with my new girlfriend already? Jeez.
Sheldon, why do you have to speak to me this way? What is with your attitude right now? I've been nothing but calm and understanding. After you cheated on me right after our wedding, you haven't come home for at least a week. Once I thought it all through, I then saw the divorce papers in the mailbox. Don't you see what you're doing is really having an effect on me? Don't you think what you're doing is insane?
It's not insane. How could you say that? Look, it's just the way it is now. It was destiny that I was to have an encounter with a drop-dead, gorgeous woman at our wedding reception.
And while you were at the wedding reception, in the middle of the bathroom, you were getting turned on by a little college girl. Just when I thought you had gone back to our hotel room, you spat at me and said, "I'm divorcing you, you old hag," and just vanished into thin air. In the morning, when I finally heard from you, you sent me lewd pictures of you and this girl together. I can't help but think, what sort of crazy person would do that to someone they just got married to?
Ugh, whatever, Amy. You could say whatever you like, I don't care. Penny and I are in love, and it's the real deal. She's shown me more love in this short amount of time than you ever have since we got together. Now hurry up with the divorce papers so I can be with Penny.
Right. I love your attitude, considering you're the one who had an affair with some young college girl literally right after we just got married. So your lover's name is Penny, I see.
Yes, Penny is a beautiful name, isn't it? She's a beautiful young lady who attends one of the most elite universities in the country. She's 20 with her whole life ahead of her. She's much younger and prettier than you old hag. You're 5 years older than me. I don't know what I saw in you. You're just jealous of how young and stunning she is, and I'm not gonna put up with this abuse from you about her.
Man, you're such a whiny little man. Stop being so annoyed, Sheldon. I have no interest in hearing about your lover.
Wait. What are you talking about? I'm not whiny. Don't call me that. I only want one thing out of you, and you're not giving it to me.
Fine. If you want to get a divorce and live with your little Princeton princess, then so be it. We'll get divorced then.
What, really? You're actually going to give me what I want for a change? You'll divorce me? Is this for real?
Yes, but in order to get a divorce, you need to take responsibility for some things. You need to take care of these things properly, or this will come back to bite you.
Okay. What responsibilities are you talking about? Look, I just want to be done with you.
Okay, well, along with the alimony I receive from having you divorce me, I think it's only fair if I receive the full amount needed to pay for the wedding expenses.
Huh? You want me to pay the whole amount for the wedding? Are you kidding me? I get having to pay for the alimony, but why should I have to pay for the wedding expenses? Hasn't the wedding venue already been paid for? Didn't you pay for it?
Well, if you want that wedding to not exist anymore, you need to take responsibility for what you've done by ditching me after it. You need to pay me so we can forget it all happened. Then we'll have no problems.
What? I should have to do that? That's not fair at all.
Both of us got married, so two people split the expenses, Sheldon. The amount I paid covered both of us, so you need to pay your half to me. Your parents also know about what you owe me, so you can't run away and not pay me.
Are you serious, Amy? My parents are in the loop about this too? Jeez. Okay, all right, fine. I was gonna just pay for the money the guests gave to us and then that sort of thing.
What are you talking about? You can't do that. Our marriage didn't work out, so we can't take the money our guests gave us. I've decided to return all the money we got at our wedding.
What do you mean? Our guests gave that money to us. It's a gift. So I should be able to use it for paying my share of the wedding. We can't just return the money back to them.
Well, you can't. That money isn't yours. And after all this nuisance you've been causing, I ought to be compensated for wasting my time on someone who calls me an old hag and cheats on me.
What? Are you kidding me? I have to pay compensation? I'm not doing that. You can't just make all these decisions without me. You can't just spring things on me like that. I'm not paying you a cent.
Well, you're the one that chose to ignore me and the conversations that we needed to have. I deserve to be compensated because of how you've been treating me. Even if you weren't around, you knew that these discussions were going to move forward. You gave up any chance to have your own input. This is your mess, so lie in it.
Are you being serious right now? I just want to be with my young and pretty Penny. You are really dragging this out. It's so frustrating. How much is this all going to cost me? I shouldn't have to pay for anything.
A few weeks later.
Crap, this can't be happening. I went to pay for all the money you asked for in one lump sum, and my entire savings are gone from my account. It's completely empty. How can I have no money? I have no savings left, even though I work for one of the biggest firms in the country. And on top of that, because all those coworkers were invited to the wedding, the news about why we're getting divorced has spread all over the office like wildfire. But I don't have any money, so I'm stuck in this job. Why does this always happen to me?
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Your mess, so you lie in it. Honestly, you've brought this on yourself. It's on you if you can't pay for all that you owe me. Don't come running to me about not being able to afford anything and being stuck in your job. I'm not your wife, remember?
You're seriously saying this again? You can't talk to me like that. How dare you? I don't say crap like that to you, Amy. Aren't you gonna give me any praise for sticking with Penny? I'm in love with her, for God's sake. You should be happy for me that I found love.
Why would I be happy for you when you cheated on me? Anyways, I was meant to say I got an alimony payment from Penny. I just saw that it had been transferred into my account.
What? Are you messing with me right now? Why are you making her pay you? She hasn't done anything to you. She owes you nothing. You're being completely out of line here if you're making her pay for the alimony.
Look, I don't know what to tell you. I have no clue where the money truly came from. All I know is that she's been disowned by her family and she's been kicked out of college for messing around with a married man.
What? This simply can't be true. I don't believe a single word that's coming out of your mouth right now. Not for a second.
Well, maybe once tomorrow comes, she might show up on your doorstep. Who knows? I mean, it sounds like she has nowhere to go. Not her parents' house or her university.
This can't be. Penny, my sweet, kind, and beautiful woman, is no longer a university student. She isn't attending Princeton anymore?
It sounds like that to me. She's been kicked out of Princeton, so she can no longer study there. I guess that's what happens when you do cruel things to other people.
How can she be kicked out of Princeton by simply just being with the man she loves? I don't get it. Wait, so if she's been abandoned by her CEO parents, does that mean she loses her reputation of being the CEO's successful daughter? Could she not become the next CEO?
Well, I mean, if her parents are high-profile people in the business world, they might not want to be associated with a daughter that's involved with a married man who's been kicked out of an elite university. I guess she wouldn't be so successful then.
This seriously can't be happening right now. What do I do now? Penny's two biggest traits have disappeared. How am I supposed to go on with her? She's not even at Princeton anymore, and her parents won't talk to her. Why do so many bad things happen to me?
Are you serious? Those are the first words that come out of your mouth? You have nothing but bad things to think and say about others. If you're not careful with how you say things, bad things could start happening to you. A few months later.
Hey Amy, it's been a while since we last talked. I tried calling you, but obviously you didn't pick up. I need to talk to you, it's urgent. Your parents' house, it's easy to access, right? Like it's wheelchair friendly? About 10 years ago, I did a wheelchair accessible renovation for my grandfather who passed away. He spent his days bound to a wheelchair. Now, I'm also living this way. From next week. I'll be living at your parents' house, so I need a room for myself to be able to move around freely.
Wait, Sheldon? Is this you? What's going on? I don't understand what you're talking about. I am so confused. What do you mean you'll be living at my parents' house? Like, what? Why? We're divorced? My ex-husband shouldn't be anywhere near my parents' house.
Well, you need to help me, Amy. I've actually had a bit of an accident. I'm actually now bound to a wheelchair. I'm gonna be moving around in a wheelchair for the rest of my life.
What? You're in a wheelchair? I can't believe it. How did that happen?
It was the result of a car accident. Penny and I went for a drive around near the mountains. We took a corner too wide and we were going too fast. So off the mountain road we went. Well, the result of that is I'm now in a wheelchair. That's basically the short version of the story.
Oh, whoa, that's what happened? That sounds really terrifying. Well, I guess you'll have to live differently from now on. It must be hard to get around in a wheelchair, especially if some places aren't wheelchair accessible.
Yeah, that's why I haven't been out and about. Up until now, Penny, who miraculously only broke her arm in the accident and has fully recovered, has been taking great care of me. However, it seems like the repayment deadline has passed to pay the alimony, and now the interest has increased to a ridiculous amount. I can't pay that sort of money.
Well, I don't know what to say about that kind of debt. We're divorced, so I should be paid the alimony.
Yeah, but I just can't pay. I had to quit my job because I was in the hospital for so long. This accident has changed everything for me, especially physically and financially. I'm unemployed, so now I have no income. But then I remembered, you can help me out, Amy.
Oh, right. So you're asking me to help you out since you're not working anymore. Even though you remembered about me, I can't do anything about your situation. We're not together anymore.
No, that's not true, Amy. I really need your help. You're the only one I can count on. Please, I'm begging you to help me out here. You can help me.
What? I don't understand what's going on. I don't get why you're talking to me when you have Penny. She's there. We're divorced. Don't you understand that? Why should I help you?
Well, at this time, I thought I would contact you so we can get back together. Please, Amy, I'm begging you, take me back. I really need your help. I'm completely helpless without you.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? We're divorced, Sheldon. Why would I take you back after the awful things you said to me?
I know, I feel so bad for calling you an old hag. It was a terrible thing to call you. If you took me back, I can live in a wheelchair-accessible home and you can earn a really good income so I can afford to live off of you. Please take me back, Amy. It would be a huge advantage for me to be with you. So will you please take care of me for the rest of my life as I'm bound to a wheelchair? Please, Amy. Once again, please help me out, Amy.
Well, Sheldon, I'm gonna have to be honest with you. When did I say that I wanted to get back with you? I don't think I said any of the sort during our conversations in the last few months.
What? What are you even talking about? I'm asking for your help, Amy. What's wrong with that?
Like I said before, when did I say I wanted to get back together? Have you seriously lost your mind, Sheldon?
Excuse me? What do you mean I lost my mind? I certainly haven't. My mind is completely sound. My body might not work, but my brain certainly does. I need your help. What don't you understand? How could you say something like that to someone who wants you back and is trying to get his life back together again?
After the way you've treated me in the past with you calling me an old hag and leaving me for another woman after just marrying you, no, I'm not taking you back and I don't plan on changing my mind.
Okay, I get it. That wasn't the best way to deal with things. I didn't mean anything by it. But seriously, you think abandoning me just because it's a hassle to move me around in a wheelchair is a good idea? Come to think of it, you never came to visit me while I was in the hospital. I was in a serious accident and you never showed your face. You are such a cold and evil woman to me.
Don't call me that. I'm not a cold woman at all. Today was the first time I've heard about your accident and you being in a wheelchair. If I'm not mistaken, you're the one that abandoned me first. You left me for a younger woman. No matter how you think about it, it's weird to only just blame me and push the good things that happened to the front of your mind. Stop involving me in things that happened after we got divorced. You're a stranger to me now.
But I really need your help. You're the only person that I have. I can't do anything without you. Please, Amy, if I could get on my knees right now, I would. I'm in a wheelchair for life. I really need your help.
I'm not helping you. Not after what you've done to me. If you're in a wheelchair, you should be able to get help from the government or even volunteers who take care of people like you.
But there's no one that can look after me like you. At times like this, you should be showing me some sympathy and care. You're my wife. Where's your generosity? Show me some of that.
I don't need to show you anything. We're already divorced, and I don't need to show you any sympathy. I'm not your sister. I'm not your wife. I have no connections with you anymore.
Please, I want to be with you again, Amy. I've missed you so much. I still love you. I want to get married to you again.
Are you being serious right now? There's no way I want to get married to you again. It didn't even work the first time.
But I don't understand. Why not? What's wrong with getting married again? I really need you, Amy.
Like I said before, Sheldon, I said I don't want to get back together with you. So why would I want to marry you again? Are you deliberately ignoring my messages or something? You need to take responsibility for the things you've done. You're completely careless.
But Amy, I really need you, and I can't live without your help. Wouldn't it be great for a younger husband to have an older wife? Wouldn't it be a great status symbol? You could be that for me.
Status symbol? Are you kidding me? You said that you were with young and pretty Penny. But now, in my case, you're trying to flip it and be the young guy with an old woman or something?
See? You get it. That's why we make a perfect match. This is why we should get married again.
Okay, well, you need to listen to me. Getting married is not about gaining someone as a status symbol. It's when both people love each other and want to do life together.
But I don't understand what you're saying. I really need your help. I can't live in a wheelchair by myself. I want you to be with me again.
Look, I can imagine how difficult it is being in a wheelchair, but that's no reason to force me to marry you again. You abandoned me and said terrible things to me. There's no way I'm going to remarry you.
But Amy, I miss you, and I know I said terrible things. I take it all back. Please, marry me again. I want to live with you and be taken care of by you. Please, Amy, I'm begging you. Please help me.
No, I'm not helping you. You're not getting anything out of me. I'm not marrying you. I don't want to be anywhere near you. Stop involving other people in your circumstances. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. The next week. What are you playing at, Sheldon? My sister just got in contact with me saying that you were at my parents' house with a moving van full of your stuff. What are you trying to pull here? Why are you there?
Oh, Amy, it's you. Thank God. Your sister is busy yelling at me over the intercom. She won't let me in the house. I have all my stuff ready to move in, and no one will let me in.
And rightly so. You're not moving into my parents' house. Get away from there. You're not welcome.
I need to live in a wheelchair-accessible home, and your parents' house is perfect. Are you not at home right now?
You don't have any right to just move into my parents' house. We aren't together. And it's not because I'm out. It's because I don't live there anymore.
Wait, what? What do you mean you don't live at your parents' house? Why aren't you there?
Oops, I should have told you this before. My parents, my sister, and her husband are all living together at their house.
What? You don't live at home? But I thought after we got divorced, you went back to your parents' house.
Well, I was, but it was temporary. I was immediately transferred to another workplace, so now I live in a completely different apartment in a completely different suburb.
But I don't understand. You're living somewhere else? You're the eldest daughter, so why did you get to leave the house?
My sister got married. Her and her husband decided to move into my parents' house to look after them. So because of this, the ownership of the house has changed over to my sister. The house is no longer in my parents' name, so it's not their house. It's my sister's house.
But I don't get it. How did this all happen so quickly? I thought that your parents' house would definitely be yours since you're the oldest. I thought I would have somewhere to live.
Oh, so you thought you could push your way back into my life and even my house? Is that what you wanted? That was your plan all along, wasn't it?
Well, you're not there anymore. What do I do now? I need somewhere that I can move around easily. I need to stay at your parents' house. I need to live there. Your family needs to let me in. That's the least you can do.
We're not helping you. You're not a part of this family. You left me. No matter how hard it is for you to live in a wheelchair, it's not good to cause trouble at this time. Can't you just leave me alone and let me live my life in peace?
But you can't do this to me. You can't abandon someone who's in a wheelchair. Please, Amy, you can't leave me out on the street.
My sister just told me she's called the police. They should be on their way to her house right now. They can deal with you, and maybe if you're nice, they might help you.
What? The police are coming? You can't let your sister do this. I need your help. I need someone to take care of me. Please, take care of me, Amy.
My sister will not show you mercy. She doesn't need you causing any disturbances outside her house. You need to be an adult and just go quietly.
But Amy, I need you. You can't leave a poor defenseless man in a wheelchair on the street. You can't abandon me. Please, marry me again so we can live together. I need so much help. Won't you please help me?
Yeah, I have no urge to help. So, good luck with everything, Sheldon. You're gonna need it. Well, bye-bye now. After that, shortly after my sister called the police, the patrol car pulled up outside her house. It sounds like Sheldon went away quietly. A few days after that, I received an apology from Sheldon's parents. Even though I kept him at arm's length during the divorce process, It seems like he couldn't accept the fact that I didn't want to have anything to do with him, and was using the excuse that he lives in a wheelchair in order to reconcile with him. He had no choice but to move back in with his parents. However, his parents decided not to spoil him or give him any special treatment. After going to the doctors, it seems that depending on his rehabilitation, he might be able to walk again and only needs to use a cane to help him walk. In the future, while also supporting him to get his independence back, his parents will reinforce themselves and get more tough with him at the same time. It sounds like he's already terrified of what his parents will do to him once he's recovered from his accident. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.